Divine wisdom, deeper is higher. Proverbs 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs 2 verse 6. For the Lord gives wisdom, out of his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 3 verse 7. Do not be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and depart from evil. Proverbs 3 verse 13. Blessed is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gets understanding. Proverbs 4 verses 6 to 7. Do not forsake her, and she will keep you, love her, and she will protect you. This is the beginning of wisdom. Get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding. Proverbs 9 verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Proverbs 11 verse 2. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. Proverbs 13 verse 1. A wise son listens to his father's instruction, but a scorner does not listen to reproof. Proverbs 14 verse 1. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman pulls it down with her own hands. Proverbs 15 verse 12. A scorner does not like to be rebuked, nor goes to the wise. Proverbs 16 verse 16. How much better to get wisdom than gold? How much better to get understanding than silver? Proverbs 17 verse 28. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise, but he who closes his lips is a man of understanding. Proverbs 19 verse 8. He who gets understanding loves his own soul, he who keeps intelligence finds happiness. Proverbs 19 verse 20. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, so that you may be wise in your later life. Proverbs 23 verse 15. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will rejoice. Proverbs 29 verse 11. A fool vents all his desire, but a wise man restrains it. Psalm 37 verse 30. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue speaks righteousness. Psalm 111 verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, a sound understanding is in all who keep him. His glory endures forever. Job 12 verse 12. With old men is wisdom, and with long life understanding. Job 28 verse 28. And to man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, to turn away from evil is intelligence. Matthew 7 verse 24. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. Ecclesiastes 2 verse 26. For to the one who pleases him he gives wisdom and knowledge and joy, but to the sinner he gives to gather and store up, to give to the one who pleases God. This too is vanity and a striving after wind. 1 Corinthians 1 verse 25. For the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. 1 Corinthians 1 verse 30. But of him you are in Christ Jesus, who from God has become for us wisdom, righteousness, sanctification, and redemption. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 18. Let no one deceive himself. If anyone among you thinks he is wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise. Colossians 2 verses 2 to 3. That their hearts may be comforted and knit together in love and enriched with all the fullness of understanding, so that they may know the mystery of God, which is Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Colossians 4 verses 5 to 6. Walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, redeeming the time. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how you ought to answer each one. James 1 verse 5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. James 3 verse 17. The wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, easy to be conciliated, full of mercy and good fruits, without deceit or hypocrisy. Some words of wisdom. Proverbs 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. Proverbs 4 verses 13 to 14. Keep instruction in your heart, do not let it go, keep it, for it is your life. 14. Do not enter into the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of evil men. Proverbs 10 verse 4. He who acts with a slack hand becomes poor, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. Proverbs 10 verse 8. A wise heart receives instruction, but a foolish lip brings destruction. Proverbs 10 verse 9. He who walks uprightly walks confidently, but he who takes crooked ways will be exposed. Proverbs 12 verse 16. A fool quickly reveals his anger, but he who conceals insult is prudent. Proverbs 13 verse 3. He who guards his mouth preserves his soul, he who opens wide his lips will be destroyed. Proverbs 14 verse 29. He who is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who is quick to anger reveals his folly. Proverbs 18 verse 2. A fool does not delight in understanding, but in the manifestation of his thoughts. Ephesians 5 verses 15 to 16. Therefore see that you walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. James 1 verse 12. Blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been tested, he will receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Acts 5 verse 29. Peter and the apostles answered, we ought to obey God rather than men. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 1. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a clanging cymbal.